Just how difficult the NFC West is in the last month and a half. To finish this season against those defenses, and to be able to get through those games and get wins, it was really a tremendous accomplishment for us. It just shows you how difficult it is, and if you're not playoff ready after that run of these last bunch of games, nothing can get you ready. And it was a very tough game today. They played great on defense. They had nothing to lose but go for it. They did that, and Jeff had them all revved up and ready to go. And you know, they got ahead. And so we just had to keep battling and stay in there, hang in there, and believe that we'd get it done. And really, overall, it's an incredible run of defense that we've watched, and the guys who just played so consistently and so solid, and to get the turnovers and turn the game around on the defensive side is fitting. And it's good that happened. These guys earned it, and they've deserved it by playing so hard for so long. It's such a big accomplishment today. We finally accomplished something. You know, during the course of the season, it took us all year. There was a time when we were, 3-3, and I think we said that just 5 weeks ago, or maybe 6 weeks ago, we were 3 games out of the lead. And so to win the division today and be NFC West champs is really a big deal. And it's a big deal because we get to play here in the playoffs, and we have an opportunity, like we did last year, to bring it home to the 12s. And they're just magnificent, and then we're on it today. And George Carl getting everybody fired up, and the whole place was crazy, and all that was just so much fun to be a part of, and we're so fortunate and lucky to be sharing it with everybody, and everybody having a blast with it. So I think that it was really exciting to see the big plays that were made on D today. The sacks were good, the pass rush was going. But really, to get the turnovers and make the plays, it was a great play by Jordan Hill, a phenomenal catch. Everybody in the program's got to have good hands, and it showed up right there why that's so important. The great play that Bobby makes to knock the ball out, that Bruce takes down the sidelines and scores, just changed the game. But I don't know if there's a more fitting play for a guy than Earl knocks the ball out about a sliver of an inch from the goal, and with a great effort to knock the thing out, and we get the turnover there as well. What a great play for that guy. I mean, it's just a great way to make that statement of how hard he plays this game, how tough of a competitor he is, and he never would ever let up, and that was an incredible play for us. So it was a blast today. I hope the 12s enjoyed it, and we'll get a little break. Sorry we don't get to play next week. We'll get back at it in a couple weeks and crank it back up.
You always preach the importance of the finish. It's both this game and the last few games of the season kind of indicative of that.
Well, I think it's not just finishing the game today, which was fantastic to win 20-0 second half. That's fitting. But to finish the season, and to be really strong here in December again, it's something we take great pride in. And finishing is a big deal to us. And now we have the chance to, get into the playoffs and see if we can do something with that as well. There's no doubt in my mind that this team will be ready to go. They'll be so cranked and ready to play their best football. If somebody can get us, they're going to have to play pretty good ball. We know we're in the finish mode right now, and that's when I hope that we continue to be at our best, and so we'll see if we can pull that off.
You mentioned that forced fumble creating a touchback. How significant do you think that was in terms of game momentum at that point in the game?
We had already seized the momentum in the game, I thought, earlier than that, but that was just a significant stop so that the game would turn the other way and they wouldn't have a chance to get us. I think it was an unbelievable play that Earl makes, the magnitude of it really turns the game's over for us. We just got to finish the game now, so it was really cool.
Was it just offensively a matter of kind of getting out of your own way a little bit? Or?
No, they're really good. really good. These guys had two back-to-back shutouts just a month ago. You know, this division, the defenses that we've just played, you guys look at the numbers, look at any stat you want to look at for yards and sacks and scoring and all that stuff. These guys are really good, and we've said that this is, you know, we would probably like to boast that we have the toughest division. Well, let somebody else come play these guys. It's hard. It is really hard, and the Rams did it again today. They played really tough, but the guys on offense, Russell and Marshawn, and a great play by Norwood, and you know, and a heck of a catch by Paul, and he put us in position to get enough scores to win the football game. That's just the way this is. When these guys played Arizona, it was 12-6 or something like that, you know, and it's been this way all the way through the stretch, and so it's a tremendous accomplishment that we're proud of.
You mentioned Jordan and how great his hands were, and that everybody in the program has to have great hands. Is that something you look at the combine, or how do you?
Well, it's just something we always preach. We throw the ball every day. Everybody has to catch the football every day in practice, and so it's just I give that one totally to Bud Grant. That was Coach Grant's deal, and I just swiped it.
Jermaine out, you obviously kind of needed some guys to step up and all of that. Just their progression, especially Paul, just seems like
they continue to do whatever we call on them to do. There's not been a place where you would look and say, oh boy, these guys aren't quite ready yet. They've made their plays, and Paul had some terrific plays today, other than the one ball up the sidelines. It's great to get him down the field. We've been trying and looking for that chance, and then he goes up and makes a great catch on a great throw. But those guys have just continued to step up. I mean, you've heard us for years around here. That's really been the truth. Our guys have done that, and you know, it's for Patrick Lewis again to play a really good football game and do a good job. And you know, we were able to hold Max one more week. He'll be ready to go now when we get back. That's really Seahawks ball is the best, and guys coming through and competing to help the other guys when we need them most.
Are Jordan or KJ's injuries?
KJ dislocated his finger. Jordan sprained his knee. We'll have to wait and find out what that's all about. The 2 weeks will really help. For sure, KJ will be okay. John Johnson dislocated his elbow. Fortunately, went back together there on the field, and that's a good thing. We don't have any idea how long that's going to last for him.
This might be tough to answer because
Give me a chance.
this second half of the season.
I'm referring to this as a competitive moment.
Okay. The second half of the season and the way your defense played over the final 8 games, what changed in terms of how you guys played the first half and how you played the second?
Really, this was an emotional change. As much as that, I mean, you can look at all the X's and O's and all the other stuff that you want to look at. This was an emotional shift that took place, and these guys did it. All of the credit in the world goes to the leadership on this team, and the guys took hold. It made sense to them that we had to make a shift, and they just proactively got it done. I just kept yapping at them, and they had to take it and run, and they did. And there was 12 guys sitting in that room, and they all said, we can do this, you know, and they did. They just got it done, and they just changed it. And what happened is you saw a team find its way to perform close to its best. And we've played for a long time now, playing pretty darn good football. And it's really been the elevation of the defense for the most part. We were lagging behind our ability, you know, our performance level. We're better than that. And this game is so emotional. It's so tied to the energy of the game and that it calls for, and that connection, that chemistry is so crucial to play at this level, to play this well, this long. And we understood it last year. We just kind of got waylaid along the way. We had things going on in this team that weren't, we needed to overcome and grow through, and we did. And somewhere it was almost the ninth game or something, about when it happened, almost at the midway point of this year. It happened last year too. We went through the same thing last year. This is not new, but it's the players that got this done, and I'm so proud. I'm just thrilled to see the shift because it's so obvious. You can see it. It happened, and we understand something. It's about when you play for one another, it takes things to a whole different level. And I mean, we got to really understand what that means, and that's what these guys did.
Is there a different kind of satisfaction that comes with this division title because of that than last year?
Heck yeah. Yeah, I mean, all you guys kept talking about how you can't do this and you can't get to this point again and you can't come back and all this stuff, You can. You can do it, and we just did it to this point. And we'll see how we do in the playoffs. We got back to division champs, and that's pretty rare, And so I'm really proud of that. That was the challenge. That was what made me more excited about this year than any year I could remember. Because what if we could pull this thing together and do something like this? And we show that you can, and there's a way to do it. And so, we can kind of say that now because we got a week off and all, and then we'll get back to business here. When we figure out who we're playing.
Get back.
Great to see House. Yeah. House had a really good week, and the players really supported him. And we talked about how he'd always come through for us, and how he could feel the support. He said that to the team when he had an opportunity, and he came through and just banged the heck out of the football today. It was great.
Early on the punts, you had your normal defense. Was that just because they've been
absolutely? Yeah, we're very wary of this team. They're a great special teams unit in terms of the tricks and all of the things that they can do. And so Brian Schneider did a great job orchestrating a way so that they couldn't affect us. So we just didn't want them to have a factor in the game, and we didn't care about the yardage they gained or how far we kicked it. We just didn't want them to have a factor in the game, and that's in all due respect to them because they're really good at it. Jeff does a great job, and John Fossil does a great job.
Pete, from a 6-point deficit to 20 unanswered points against such a solid defense, what do you think that portends for the playoffs?
No, we're in good shape. We're fine. It's a second half finish, and we did it, and we take great pride in that, and that was a wonderful accomplishment in this game. No surprise to me. This was a very tough team. Hey, well, you haven't even asked. We only had 2 penalties today. God, I can't believe you guys didn't bring it up. Jeez. Where's Salk? I'm going to talk to that guy about it. Where's he?
I think you're going to have led the NFL in fewest points allowed for 3 straight years, which historically is a pretty significant stat. I guess the pride you would take in that and kind of what's been built on the defensive side?
Yeah, I think that's freaking awesome. Yeah, that's a big time accomplishment to go lead this league for 2 straight years, and I think probably whatever the yardage and points is that's a big deal, and that's the players because it's the same guys out there. Danny did a great job, picking up where we left off with Gus. He did a fantastic job. Shows he's a great coach. But you got to go. These players just kept doing it, and kept hanging in there and doing the stuff that we do. And there's a bunch of knuckleheads in that group, and they figured out a way to play together in really historic fashion. And we still got a lot of work to do. But the cool thing is we're still very young too. I'm excited about that.
Everyone else?
See you.